What are the odds that you think that the Dolphins sit in that 3 spot? I mean, it can't be high. It just can't be.
It can be, but it's going to depend on what teams come knocking at the door or ringing their phone, I should say, and with what kind of offer. Because again, if we go back to the wide receiver position, Dolphins could slide down to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the first round and still get one of those wide receivers we mentioned, while picking up a 2022 number 1, a 2022 number 2, something equivalent. I think it behooves them.
Not too long ago for teams trading up. Every team that has traded up into the top 5 of the last 5 years has taken a quarterback. Everyone. So if you're the Falcons at 4, and I talk a lot of Falcons, I know them the best. If you're sitting there at the Falcons at 4, you've got to start talking up other quarterbacks because no one else is coming up to take a receiver. I said, unless you're Tom Dimitroff. so if the quarterbacks go 1, 2, 3, then it becomes a little more interesting. So I don't think the Dolphins can stay in that spot, and it just doesn't make sense to me for them to stay there.
No, that's the only exception I can see to this rule here is if the Cincinnati Bengals come calling because they get nervous about somebody taking Sewell at 4. Because they need to protect Joe Burrow.
The good thing for the Dolphins right now is there is an elite quarterback in the 3rd spot. No matter what, there's an elite quarterback in the 3rd spot. So that's a good thing. The Falcons don't have that luxury sitting at number 4. So that's why I say so much depends on what the Dolphins do here. But the even better thing than having an elite quarterback in the 3rd spot is there's teams not too far down the row that are going to need quarterbacks. So if you're looking at the Eagles at number 6, or even possibly the Broncos.
That's Carolina, which is definitely in the market, and maybe even Detroit at 7, even after they got Jared Goff.
Yeah, so there's, I don't think you're going to lack for offers. And I think of those teams drafting in, I think the worst was a swap. Was a 3-4 swap, and the team picked up 2/3 and a 4. That's not going to be enough. The next one I saw was 3 number 2s to move up into the top 5 to have one of those picks from like 6 to 3 was 3 number 2s. I don't think that's going to be enough. I think the Dolphins are looking at multiple high round picks, including a 1st, possibly a 2nd, maybe even 2 firsts for one of those picks. What do you think? What it would take to move up?
Well, the one recent precedent is the Jets trade with the Colts for Sam Darnold, and I believe it was 6 to 3, if I remember correctly, and it was for 3 2s.
Yeah, that was the one that was 3 2s. Yep.
So
that was the one. And I think you're going to have – I think the bidding is going to be higher this year for that spot. I think there's going to be more people looking to jump into that spot. And frankly, the guy at number 3 this year is better than number 3 that year. I mean, just flat out. I didn't have Sam Darnold as a number 1. I didn't. All 3 of these guys – and Trevor Lawrence is going number 1. So the 2 other guys –
You sure? Are you sure?
I don't want to give up my house, but I'd be willing to bet it pretty close at him number 1. Unless Deshaun Watson gets involved. I think the bidding's going to be higher. I think the Dolphins are going to be able to broker a better deal than 3 number 2s. I really do.
I'd settle for 3 number 2s. I mean, to move down 3 spots, if you're talking Philly, you still can get whatever wide receiver you want. Pick up 3 additional 2nd round picks. That's fine. If it turns out to be higher than that, I'm not sure I share your confidence that it's going to be much higher than that. But to me, that's a good starting point.